Bessie, Ray, and who are first?
Okay, so the group on the inside is first.
No?
These groups. Bye! The inside, does it make more sense? I don't know. The inside first?
This one are first. Lizzie.
I don't know, the one on the top.
I'm ready to kill them. For real. You see, I have like this picture.
Oh.
This one, right? Because everybody knows.
That's a good idea.
Where
Yeah.
they would put this one in some countries.
Oh, nice.
We have
Nice.
these ones.
Gracias a Dios.
We have.
Fantastic. So check here. So in the inside we should have Bessie Spray, Junior 5. No.
We are going to see.
We changed the plan a little bit because there was a schedule problem. Yes. So inside we have Bessie Ray, Junior 5. Inside. Outside, everyone else.
No, pero para acá. ¿Y qué? Dele verga, pues.
Oh shit. Dice que me lo prestan el tipo.
Who's gonna film? No. Hey, but you were
Same to you.
I'm so nervous.
Samuel.
Yeah, see.
Okay, yeah, we had a schedule problem with the 9th and 10th grade, so we had some confusion.
It's okay.
So-
Okay, don't worry about it. Better than your life.
Okay. So you can make sure all of your team have the papers. Okay. So, hey, welcome everyone. I am so happy to see everyone getting prepared, getting professionally dressed for this. Do you need the paper or pen? Okay. So, before we start, I just want to say a few things. I think Ms. Bueno maybe told you, I'm not sure. We changed the time a little bit so that we have more time for discussion. So, we're only going to have we're going to have the team 1 opening, the team 2 opening, and then we're going to have only one claim about is it dangerous or not from one team, then one claim is it dangerous or not from the other team, then 5 minutes open discussion. In this time, you can talk about the other claims, or you can respond, but we want it to be more like conversation, more time for conversation, discussion. Then when we go to part 2 to talk about is it better than other sources, we're going to have just one claim from one team, then one claim from the other, and then you can talk open discussion, and you can use the other claims in this part. Then we're going to have a team meeting for 4 minutes at the end, and then you'll have time to make a plan with your team for the final message. You'll have 1 minute for the final message in the end. So, when you are on the outside, the group on the outside, everyone can you turn to the page 2 on the outside. Yeah, turn to page 2 on the outside. So on page 2, hold on 1 second. Hold on, Junior, 1 second. If you have a question, I can help you, but I just want to explain to the outside. This will be team 1 for today, and this will be team 2. So team 1 will be up here, team 2 down here. You can write the number 1, number 2. Now, whenever you hear evidence or whenever you hear a claim, write down a little line. Write down a line for every time you hear a claim here from team 1. Write down a line. Every time you hear a claim from team 2, write down here. So this is what your job is when you're listening on the outside circle. Inside people, remember when the other group is talking, you're going to be writing notes on here. So this is a good place to write notes. Listen to the other claim from the other group and write down some notes to help you so you can remember what to reply with. Okay. I think that's all. Any questions? Do you have questions, Junior, about the time, or you're good? Okay. Okay. Question? Yeah?
No tiene.
Okay. So I'm gonna put up 2 minutes on the timer. 2 minutes for the opening statement from group number 1. Remember, outside circle, everyone needs to be quiet on the other parts so we can hear well, and the phone should be away, music should be away, and we're just gonna have 2 minutes to hear. Whoops, this is the wrong one. Okay, hold on, let's see. I'm gonna put the timer up and reset. Okay, and we'll have 2 minutes. 2 minutes for the opening statement from group number 1. Okay, are we ready? Group number 1, 2 minutes, start.
Climate change is no longer some far off problem. It is happening here. It is happening now. It's from Barack Obama.
Today we're debating the resolution that the world should use more nuclear energy to solve the global warming crisis, because nuclear energy is not very dangerous and it is better than other sources of energy. Global climate change is the greenhouse effect that has made the world hotter. It is caused by CO2 emission from factories burning coal and cars. Global climate change is a problem for all living things in the world, because in some places lakes and rivers are drying up. There is not longer enough water. In recent years, many countries have come together to discuss possible solutions that could reduce the impact of global warming. One of these proposed solutions is for countries to stop using energy that creates pollution and to start using more renewable clean energy. Energy is considered renewable if we can use energy again and again. Our team believes that today the debate should focus on whether the world should use more nuclear energy, because it helps to solve the problem of global warming. In debating the resolution that the world should use more nuclear energy, our goal is to learn more about how nuclear energy can help the world to stop global warming, and to contribute to the world discussion about the nuclear energy. It's very safety and helpful to the world.
Okay, we're gonna stop there. Thank you very much, group number 1. Now group number 2, we can get your opening statement, and we have 2 minutes on the clock. Ready, and start.
Today we will be debating the resolution that nuclear energy should not be the most trustful source of energy. Global climate change is the change of temperature in the planet Earth. It is caused by CO2. Global climate change is the problem for all living things in the world, because it makes the ocean store increase, so someday it could go to the sea. In the recent years, many countries have come to discuss possible solutions that could reduce the impact of global climate change. One of these proposed solutions is for countries to stop using energy that creates pollution and to start using more renewable clean energy. Energy is considered renewable if you can use it like more than once. Some source of renewable energy it includes wind, hydroelectric, and solar. Energy is considered clean if it doesn't make a lot of CO2. Some sources of clean energy include geothermal, hydro, and wind. Energy is not made of matter. It's made of waves. It can never be created or destroyed. So why are we constantly talking about conserving energy? This is because it can change into a useless form of energy.
Okay, thank you, team number 2. So now we have 1 minute from team number 1, and then 1 minute from team number 2 to hear one claim about the question, is nuclear energy dangerous or not? So we'll start with team number 1, then go to number 2. Then we're going to have 5 minutes open discussion where you can talk about the other claims or any other response. Yeah, question?
I have a question.
Yeah.
Do I just say the claim or may I say the evidence?
You can say the claim and the evidence that goes together for just the one. Just choose one claim for including the evidence. Yeah, thank you. Okay, so 1 minute for team number 1, and start.
We believe that nuclear energy is not very dangerous compared to other sources of energy. In the next minute, we will reveal different claims with evidence to support positions. Nuclear energy is not very dangerous because nuclear plants are very safe. Nuclear energy should not be considered dangerous because Marsh G is a professional or economy financial safe. No one in the United States has been killed by a radiation leak. As you can clearly see from our example, nuclear energy could not kill no one in the United States because plants are very safe and they make sure no one to be during nuclear plants are building to keep radiation from leaking out.
Thank you. Great. Now we're going to team number 2. Team number 2 for the one claim with the evidence. And ready, 1 minute, and start.
So opinions, we believe the nuclear energy is very dangerous because not many people die from the radiation of nuclear energy, but a lot of people with sickness. But this evidence we can find by it have 2,397,000 people go to the health hospitals to check for the health problem, but not born at the times of accidents. It have 4,050,000 are children. These children have range of illness like the bone disease, cancers.
Okay, thank you, team number 2. We'll have more time to talk now in the open conversation. You can say a different claim that's on your paper, or you can reply or respond to the other group and say anything you want to keep it respectful, keep it positive. We have 5 minutes to go, and then we will go to the next part. So we're focusing now on, is it dangerous or not? And 5 minutes begin. Anybody?
I hear you guys, you were saying that a lot of children were killed by radiation, right?
No,
they
not say
they are not dead, but they are living with sickness.
By radiation.
Yeah.
And we know that radiation is everywhere. It can be in a cancer, it can be everywhere. It can be not just in nuclear energy.
But how do radiation concern? Remember the accident sorry, I can't talk now. Remember the incident in Japan? So that concluded the whole radiation. And so in chemistry class we study about how it travels to different countries through water, through air, and through the humans who live there and have carried the diseases to their children.
So
as what you say, the radiation, like in Japan, yeah, after they drop a bomb because radiation, but the fact that we cannot, like for example, when we live in this world, everything like the food we eat, the air we breathe, and the sun. Like the video we saw, the man, he's in the sink. There's a lot of radiation.
That's the same thing she said.
We don't think like they were getting diseases by radiation, caused by nuclear energy. It is not like the only thing that can cause radiation around the world.
We should know that.
It can be something else.
Like,
Like we have
Continue.
some examples that show that some living things live in the radiation for a long time. It causes these many problems. Like these animals, it have maybe a white head.
No, just two.
Just two head, yeah. Just two head. One head is in its feet. And for the frogs, they have four heads. Yes. And under its still have four heads. It means these frogs have four faces. And this animal.
So one must be remember that major of these accidents is from 30 years ago. So technology and safety regulations have distinctly increased in this time. So right now, nuclear power is safer than ever.
But still have a problem.
But
Because we don't have any problems now. Nuclear energy, like it doesn't cause cancer or any disease. There's a technology scientific evidence to know that's it.
and how come people are dying from those diseases now? It's hard to
When I
prevent those
those people,
diseases.
when I those people,
Right here.
I was like 30 years ago. No, now.
No, they're still registered right now. It's 2,003,097,873.
In what year it was?
I have an evidence.
I
Like
just,
according to many experts from all around the world, there are 47 people died as a result of the accident in Chamberlain in wild quad killed more than 14,000 people a year. So which one is more?
Where did that happen?
In
Oh, Chernobyl.
Chamberlain.
Yeah, we said that recently that it doesn't kill many people, but it makes them live with this sickness. Like this girl, she wasn't born with like double head or whatever, but or she wasn't born that year, but she had this disease. Yeah.
but we want to know in what year it was.
Today.
Today,
But
but today when?
quad-
Today when?
quad kill more people than
Today when?
Then- than nuclear energy.
Okay, we're gonna continue talking about this, but we're gonna go ahead to talk next about not just is it dangerous or not, but is it nuclear energy a better source than other sources of energy? So we're gonna hear one claim from team number 1 and one claim from team number 2. We'll have 1 minute and then 1 minute, and then we'll have 5 minutes again for open conversation. So we're talking about compared to other energy source, is it better or not better? So team number 1, we're gonna hear one claim. Okay, your time starts now. Team number 1, go.
First, nuclear energy is better than other sources of energy because nuclear power plants run 24 hours a day. To show what we mean, winds and solar power do not work all the time. The sun has to be out for solar power to work, and the wind has to be blowing for wind's power to work. So as you can clearly see from our example, nuclear plant is better than other sources of energy.
Okay, thank you, team number 1. We're going to team number 2. Team number 2, and just 1 minute for one statement about how does it compare to other energy source. And start.
Uh, we believe that nuclear energy is not better than other sources of energy. In the next minute, I'll prove a different thing than yours. First, nuclear energy is not better source because it uses nuclear fission to create electricity, which is uranium. Unlike solar power and wind energy, uranium is non-renewable resource.
Great. Thank you, team number 2. There was a question also about this article, and when was the article? So it's my fault I did not put the date on here. The date here is August 2016. August 2016 is when this article was written. Sorry I didn't put the date on here. Okay, so we're going to have 5 minutes. We're going to have 5 minutes to talk with the group, not only about but we're talking about comparing to other energy sources for 5 minutes. So stay focused on this, please. So here we go. We're going to have 5 minutes for open conversation. Compare nuclear to other energy sources. On the outside group, we've got to stay quiet. Here we go. Ready? 5 minutes.
So that's you said that I hear you said that nuclear energy is non-renewable, but like oil, the wind and solar, they are renewable, but they are not work 24 hours a day.
You don't need energy 24 hours a day.
So how come if you use the light at night?
Many people live before without energy.
But right now, when you use everything with everything.
Because we live with experiences.
The world will grow. That's why we need nuclear energy.
So we are in 2016, so now we use more energy than before. But that's why we like use nuclear energy, because it works like all the day, all the night.
Like you say, before we don't use the light. Before we don't use phone, we don't use TV. Why right now we use phone and TV?
Because we have technology and we have all these and the other things.
But not just nuclear energy is creating those things. There is an model like solar or wind that also creating like electricity.
But it's something that it's renewable. Someday we're gonna run out of uranium, and how are we gonna do it?
But for example, like wind and solar also create carbon dioxide around the world. And for example, nuclear energy versus CO2.
Yeah, solar produces CO2. Like when they need something from the air, like sun, to work, to create energy. And if they don't have that thing, they start burning carbon and making CO2. And we're trying to start a global warming. So it's Mr. Pastor. I remember that.
It's true. I did say that. It was in the movie. It was in the movie, and I also said it because it was in the movie.
Yeah, I didn't. You want to say this?
Okay, keep going. Okay.
Mr. Pastor.
What did you say?
2 more minutes.
And also according to the movie that we watched, solar and wind are not good as nuclear because they are very expensive, and nuclear is more cheap. Many people can buy
Nuclear energy to make electricity is cheap, that's true. But do you know how much of it costs to build a nuclear plant?
How much does it
How much
cost
is
to
it?
create a nuclear plant?
It's
No, do you know?
It's 2 to 4 billion
For 1 unit.
for 1 unit. 2 to 4 billion is a large number. I don't know how to count it, but I know it's big. It's a large number.
And that was in 2008 and 2009. Now we are in 2016, and the inflation has grown.
We already have several active plants. It's not too expensive. In fact, nuclear energy is far more economical, efficient than almost all other means of production.
Yeah, we got what you're saying. You're saying that the nuclear energy is cheap, and that's true. But to create a plant, it's really expensive.
If we create plants, it costs a lot of money. If this money we have, we can maybe we can buy a half of San Francisco.
But like what?
But we use gasoline every day. Like, you know, nuclear energy that is a cheaper source of energy than gasoline, a fossil source that has been troubling our economy for many years.
And what do you perform? Pay billions to create a nuclear energy or keep destroying the atmosphere? Which is more, what is more important?
Okay, we gotta stop there, and we're going to have, now we have a few minutes to talk with the teams, and then we're going to have the final message. So we're gonna have 2 minutes, well, let's see, we'll have, yeah, we're gonna have 3 minutes. 3 minutes to meet with the team to make a plan for the final message you want to say. Anything else you want to add, you will have 1 minute for your final message. You can have one person talking or more than one person talking for your final message. 3 minutes to plan, okay.
Get out.
Cost many people sick.
It doesn't require like a big space to build it.
Yeah.
It is not dangerous. It is not risky. It is not risky.
It's not risky to build it. So I cannot try.
Yeah, I have. If we
Déjame hacerlo una vez, te dejo.
Oh, you? Yes, you're fine.
because I was doing the cat.
Los más inteligentes, ¿no? Llaman, ok. Vale, los vemos que eran más. Ahí va, mira. También va a ser Si quisiera una Pepsi. Time is up.
Second.
And,
Yeah, this is the final message, so this will be like the rebuttal or any last thing you want to say. You have 1 minute to say. 1 minute, yeah. Okay. Okay, we have 1 minute to say the final message, the rebuttal or final message. Okay. 1 minute, we're going to go to team number one first. 1 minute on the clock and ready. Your time is beginning now. 1 minute, go.
1 minute, go, Farid.
Oh, the green energy will be able to prove enough energy for a solar energy like today, and with all the solar energy you can see like everywhere, like to make it only like 0.003% of the U.S. Energy. And if we don't want to live with no electricity, the only things we can do is use nuclear.
Okay, final argument from team number one. Let's go to team number two for the final 1 minute. And you have 1 minute, begin now.
So I heard you saying that the nuclear energy is the safest one, and because it doesn't create that much of CO2, and that it's cheaper, and the nuclear plants are well handled, so no accident can happen. And we disagree with all those claims because they're not compelling. It might not create CO2, but if one of those plants goes through a natural disaster, it will create an explosion and the pollution will have a massive increasement. Also, the nuclear energy might be cheap, but it's really expensive to create the plants, as we mentioned a minute ago. And we are having natural disasters such as earthquakes that might collapse the nuclear plants, and they can stop, and no one can stop the natural disaster from happening and destroying those plants. And
All right, thank you, team number two. So now, outside group, we're going to write down on the front page, on the first page, write down what do you think that they did well on this and what can they improve. We're also going to take a vote. We're going to take a vote. So outside group, please write down a number on this. This is team number one. This is team number two. So you can take it from here. This is team number one, team number two. Just let's just say for now. We're just going to call it team number one. Okay, so write your vote from here.
This is my flooding.
This is team number one, team number two. Write your number one, number two. Write your vote, number one, number two. Who wins? This is team number one, this is team number two. You can write your vote for who wins on this paper. Team number one, team number two.
Number two, please.
the truth is that my head is very
Yeah. It's a lot of pressure on the last day. Okay, we have about 1 more minute. 1 minute for the group on the outside to write your vote.
Y la ropa para cara. Para eso, pues le grabamos el tape para que no la cagara. La ropa cagada. Habla para cagar con el palo. Love you, babe.
We're just going to write number one or number two for your vote. You can take your side.
Yep.
One and number two. So, I have the final results, and everyone did a really good job. I was so proud of everyone speaking so much English, really listening to each other. That's one of the things that I was really proud of most. Really hearing what the other side was saying really well and responding. So the voters have decided though, and the voters decided that team number 2 is the winner. Both teams did a great job. Let's give some applause to both teams though. Both teams did a really good job.
That says
Actually, the last one.
Whose team was it? Ay, no, pero la acabó con ese pedacito. Acabó con lo que dijo que no era ese pedacito. Carlos tenía que leer la parte de la y no la leyó. Él dijo otra cosa que no tenía nada que ver con lo que estábamos criticando. You were so good.
Okay, both teams did a really great job there. We have to give credit to both of them, really. So we're gonna have the same process for this team. Now remember, I need to give the papers to the outside group. The outside group, you're gonna go to page 2 first. I know it's kind of crazy. Go to page 2 first. And we're gonna write down every time they say a claim or say an evidence on page 2 of this paper.
Hey, don't get up.
Okay. So go to page 2, go to page 2 of this paper, please. And we're gonna have, this is gonna, just for today, we're gonna call this team 3 and team 4. So write down, for the outside people, please write down team 3 on the top here. Team 3 is over here. And this is team 4 down here. Every time you hear them make a claim, write down a line. Write down a line here for team 3. Write down a line down here for team 4. Every time you hear a claim or evidence. Okay. Or if you hear a